On the news, President Buhari expected to return from the United Kingdom today. PDP tells court to sack Buni as Yobe governor. And NDLEA intercepts bandits with AK-47 rifles in Katsina and Benue states. Glad to have you join us on News Now. I am Folashade Ogurinde. President Muhammadu Buhari is expected back to Nigeria today. The president departed Nigeria for the United Kingdom on July 26 to participate in the 2021-2025 Global Education Summit on Financing Global Partnership for Education. According to a police wireless message dispatched on Thursday, all sector commanders and divisional police officers at the Federal Capital Territory Command were directed to mobilize adequately inward Abuja. In the weeks he spent in the UK, the president met and played host to various dignitaries, including the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who assured that the UK is available to assist Nigeria in its war against terrorism. One other very significant meeting was that of Buhari and the chieftain of the All Progressives Congress, APC, Bola Tinubu, in London. President Muhammadu Buhari says the federal government and security agencies have handled the prevailing insecurity in the country in a strong, determined and robust manner. The president, who was represented by the Minister of Defense, Bashir Magashi, at the graduation of course 29 participants of the National Defense College in Abuja, said the focus of the government is to promote multinational, combined, joint and special interagency collaborations. The president, while assuring the troops that their sacrifices would not be in vain, commended the personnel of the Nigeria Police, intelligence and security agencies, as well as local vigilante and community groups for their efforts. The president's comments comes as Kaduna, Plateau and other parts of the country grapple with a surge in attacks, killings and destruction of properties. The federal government has commenced the implementation of new rates for vehicle number plates and driving license across the country. According to the Joint Tax Board, Nigerians will now pay 18,750 for standard private and commercial number plates against the old rate of 12,500 naira. The decision was taken at the 147th meeting of the JTB, which held in Kaduna on March 25. Meanwhile, the Federal Road Safety Commission, FRSC Core Public Education Officer BC Kazim has dismissed a report circulating on social media that the agency was behind the hike, noting that the FRSC was not a revenue-generating agency. The People's Democratic Party, PDP, has approached the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja, asking it to sack Governor Maimala Buni of Yobe State from office. PDP in the suit maintained that Governor Buni acted in breach of Sections 183 and 187 of the 1999 Constitution as amended when he accepted an appointment as Caretaker Committee Chairman of the All Progressives Congress, APC. Aside from PDP, also cited as second and third plaintiffs that are behind the suit are its governorship and deputy governorship candidates in the state. However, no date has been fixed for the matter to be heard. Meanwhile, the All Progressives Congress, APC, says a suit instituted by the People's Democratic Party, PDP, seeking to remove Maimala Buni as Yobe governor is frivolous. In a suit dated and filed on August 12, the PDP said Buni violated Section 183 of the Constitution when he accepted to serve as chairman of the APC Caretaker Committee. In a statement on Friday, APC National Secretary John Akpanu Dodehe said the opposition party is executing a desperate and poorly scripted propaganda aimed at distracting the public from its internal crisis. He said the Supreme Court affirmed the legality of Buni-led APC Caretaker Committee when it upheld the election of Rotimi Akeredolu, Ondo State Governor. And what then does this mean for Nigeria's political climate? Let's explore that with Charles Ideho, who is a political affairs analyst, and he joins us live from Lagos. Thank you very much for joining us. The Supreme Court ruling on the 2020 Ondo State governorship election has become a subject of debate on whether a sitting governor can take up a role such as a caretaker committee chairman of the APC. What do you make of this opposition to Maimala Buni's leadership, both within and outside the party?
First, I think Maimala Buni's position is sitting on a very precarious edge as somebody who's sitting on the edge of the precipice, because when you look at the case, the Supreme Court judgment of July 28 regarding the Ondo gubernatorial election, that's the governor versus you see that it was a closely contested judgment where you had 4 against 3 of all that's the justice of the Supreme Court. And there's one little thread that actually gave the governor the victory, which is of course that Ejita Jagede and his legal team did not join in the suit, did not join Maimala Boni in the suit as the caretaker committee that submitted that's the governor's name to INEC. Now, if they had joined Maimala Boni to that suit, maybe the pendulum could have swung Jagede's way. So, and of course, which of course led even today, the Minister of State for Labour, Festus Kayamo, to even say that APC should be very careful because that case almost gave victory to the other side. That if you're not careful, if they don't remove this man from the position he's holding as we speak, that it might spell doom for the party, which of course you look at, even when you look at the APC's constitution, if you look at specifically, that says Article 14, subsection 4, and it says here that no officer, that's the article 17 of section 4 of APC constitution, no officer in any organ of the party shall hold executive office in government. You look at it, this man that is today like the APC chairman, national chairman, is holding an office in government, which of course is the governor of the state, Yobe State. So it's a very is facing, and it's like somebody walking on a very tight rope. So, but as you said, we are going to look at how, by the time the case comes up, maybe for hearing, we're going to be looking at exactly whether the APC is going to be able to walk that tightrope and maybe victory will be theirs, or as we're going to be testing all these things, the laws in Nigeria, we'll see whether the pendulum will swing the PDP way, and it will also further help us to enrich our jurisprudence in the manner of speaking.
Now the APC governors have asked Benin to organize a convention right now, and there are still issues of alleged irregularities surrounding the World Congresses conducted on July 31. What difference do you think a national convention can make in the party now?
Well, I think I was also going to repeat, for instance, no fewer than 14 states have even written a petition, if you will. And I think what APC should tread very, very cautiously. They may think they are riding roughshod over everyone, but you see, the technicality that actually attended the Supreme Court judgment, as I said, that gave slim victory to the governor of Ondo State, Arakure Akeredolu. If we are not careful, every action taken by this Boni-led caretaker committee may be a nullity in law. So that's why I said that all these things they are doing now, because we want, all of us are fighting, whether as journalists, as stakeholders in the country, we all want a situation whereby we have an enduring democracy that all of us can thrive in. So all these issues of technicalities here and there, which is something we have to do away with. So whether they organize that the coming convention, if you look at it, looking at even the furore that greeted even the APC, the congresses across Nigeria, you see that it's not yet Uhuru. So that's why I'm saying that APC should tread cautiously so that they don't do themselves in the course of time. That's in the course of time.
Our political affairs analyst, Charles Ideho, thanks for your contributions. Moving on, the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, on Friday dissociated itself from what it described as fake continuous voter registration online portal. INEC National Commissioner and Chairman, Information and Voter Education Committee, Festus Okoye, revealed this in a statement on Friday. Festus explained that the Commission had not accredited any agency or organization to capture details of voters on its behalf. He urged the general public to ignore any fake website, stating that the INEC CVR online portal remains unchanged. Operatives of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency NDLEA have arrested 3 bandits with 3 AK-47 rifles as well as other dangerous items while on an attack mission in Katsina State. According to the Benue State Command, the arrests and seizures were made at the NDLEA checkpoints where narcotic officers stop and search vehicles for illicit drugs. Chairman of the agency, retired Brigadier General Mohammed Buba Mawa, while commending the commands, noted that the NDLEA will continue to support efforts by other security agencies, especially the armed forces, to restore law and order across the country. In a bid to empower Nigeria's teeming youthful population, the Lagos State government, through the Ministry of Wealth Creation and Employment, has kicked off a solar farm employability and empowerment training program for over 300 youth from the state. The program, in partnership with International Institute of Technology and Application in Georgia, USA, is targeted at reducing the rising costs associated with solar power management and installations. While speaking on the reason for the project, Commissioner for Wealth Creation and Employment, Yetunde Arobieke, emphasized on the future advantage of the program, which is electricity to every corner of Lagos. Meanwhile, the program coordinator to Lagos State Government, Tokunbo Onabanjo, said the essence of the project is to make solar generation an alternative to electricity in Lagos State.
We are deficient in energy. Energy is required to power the industry, and the generator, it cannot do it. It cannot cut it. It's very expensive, and it produces global warming, carbon dioxide. It pollutes the environment. It pollutes the environment. So solar is clean, solar is sustainable, and every year it's getting cheaper. To get to a point that everybody will have more than enough energy, just like everybody has telephone in Nigeria, cell phone. Solar is also made from silicon. It's going to be readily available to everybody.
The spillover effect is electricity to every community. That's where we are going. Though we are working in collaboration with a Georgia company in the United States of America, and we see it as a wealth creation strategy. It is a wealth creation strategy for us. It's not about the energy, but it's about moving our youth from a state of unemployment, to an employment stage.
This is what we call wealth creation, and I'm glad that some Nigerians in the diaspora put this together to partner with the Lagos State government and the AFDP to create jobs and multiply effect for almost 300 Nigerians. Imagine all of them learning how to deal with solar. They live, they get their own business, they create their own business, and that should be encouraged. Small-scale businesses, but it's not all about government alone. But with the support of the Lagos State Governor, this is an amazing program.
We'll take a break here, but still to come, NCDC assures on Marburg virus, says Nigeria at low risk. Details of this and more after this break. And let's now bring you a recap of some of our top stories. President Muhammadu Buhari is expected back to Nigeria today. According to a police wireless message dispatched on Thursday, all sector commanders and divisional police officers at the Federal Capital Territory Command were directed to mobilize adequately inward Abuja. In the weeks spent in the UK, the president met and played host to various dignitaries, including the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson, who assured that the UK is available to assist Nigeria in its war against terrorism. President Muhammadu Buhari says that the federal government and security agencies have handled the prevailing insecurity in the country in a strong, determined and robust manner. The president, while assuring the troops that their sacrifices would not be in vain, commended the personnel of the Nigeria Police, intelligence and security agencies as well as local vigilante and community groups for their efforts. Well, in case you missed any of our news bulletin or for more updates, do log on to our website at www.tv360nigeria.com. You can also follow us on our social media platforms on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube and Google Plus at TV360 Nigeria. On Facebook, we're at TV360 Online. federal government has assured Nigerians that there is no need for panic despite being in the third wave of the coronavirus pandemic. Director General of the Nigerian Center for Disease Control, NCDC, Chikwe Ekwazu, gave the assurance during the weekly COVID-19 press briefing at the State House in Abuja. The DG says although the country has been recording Delta variant cases in the past weeks, the center has better knowledge of handling the situation compared to the first and second wave. Our correspondent, Abisola Adebayo, has the details.
In the wake of the emergence of the third wave of the COVID-19 pandemic, the federal government says Nigeria is beginning to experience a situation where the Delta variant is spreading at an alarming rate and tearing through the country's unvaccinated populations. Minister of Health, Osage Ehanire, says the government is worried because the variant is more transmissible and dangerous.
The country is particularly concerned about the Delta variant because it is much more transmissible. It has been estimated to be 60% more transmissible, which means that where one virus of the previous variants will infect 100 people, this particular one will infect 160 people. That's a lot. Secondly, this variant is also of concern because it affects even younger people. Before now, we did say that younger people would largely get away unscathed from the infection, and we pegged the vaccination from 18 years upwards. But this Delta variant attacks people, and remember, we also did say that those who suffered most from the COVID-19 were those who had underlying ailments. But this variant seems to care less. It does not discriminate too much.
To tackle the situation, the federal government says vaccination rollout is starting in earnest and all efforts are in place to ensure the government acquires more vaccine.
I want to assure Nigerians that we're on track to flag off the next phase of the COVID-19 vaccine rollout next week, Monday. We're also expecting the AstraZeneca vaccine. Our plan is that for those who have gotten the first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine during the first phase, there will be doses available to take their second shots in the next few weeks. Please make sure that you take the AstraZeneca vaccine if that is what you took for the first dose. If you took first dose as AstraZeneca, please take the second dose as AstraZeneca. And if you're going to take Moderna as your first dose, also take it as your second dose.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Center for Disease Control says the situation is under control as the center is equipped with enough experience from the first and second phases.
We are not where we were in the first or second. We know more, we have more tools, and we're more determined than ever before. We have our warehouses are full of laboratory tests. We're supporting the states to use this. We're thinking of different methods to increase access through whatever program is already existing in the states. So by detecting more, we're able to respond, and the states have done an incredibly good job. Most states in scaling up, not just the lab capacity, which is something we talk about all the time, but sustaining the people that are collecting these samples. And I really want to give credit to public health workers at the state level.
Amid this, the federal government has assured Nigerians that a lockdown is not an option right now because doing so would stifle the economy and restrict people's freedom. Abisola Adebayo, TV360, Lagos.
The Director General of the Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, Chikwe Ekwazu, says Nigeria is at low odds on the outbreak of the Marburg virus. Speaking during an interview, Ekwazu said the government is closely monitoring the situation, adding that the NCDC is working with the West Africa Health Organization and Africa Center for Disease Control to provide the needed support to combat the deadly virus. Marburg, a highly dangerous pathogen that causes hemorrhagic fever, was first identified in Germany in 1967 and was recently confirmed in Guinea. Now to explore some details of this outbreak, I'm joined now by public health consultant Dr. Tuyi Mebawonju. Thank you so much for joining us on News Now. The Marburg virus recently confirmed in Guinea sounds scary, especially when the world is still struggling with COVID-19 and its several waves. How concerned should we be?
We should be concerned because, like I have said severally, we're going to see more of these infectious diseases. We're going to see more of these terms jumping from wild animals or domesticated animals to humans. Why is this so? Because increasingly we are encroaching on the natural habitat of the reservoir of these viruses. What are these reservoirs? Birds, squirrels, monkeys, birds. These are the natural reservoirs of a lot of these viruses. You remember in 2016 or thereabouts when the Ebola broke, it was in this Gonkedu region, Gonkedu prefectures in Guinea, that we first picked Ebola that spread and then got to Nigeria. Now, it's the same virus, similar virus, transmitted by bats, because the Marburg virus is similar to Ebola virus, transmitted by bats, and then human beings that use the body fluid to transmit it, just similar to Ebola virus. Now, this all used to be something restricted to Uganda and Kenya, but now we're seeing the first case in West Africa. We should be concerned because we are contiguous. Those fruit bats can fly long distance, okay? They can get as common to Nigeria, they can even get to Nigeria, and the continuous deforestation that we experience can also make some of the human beings here come in contact with the virus.
Well, indeed, Dr. Tuyuma, thank you so much for that explanation. Thank you so much for your contributions on News Now. We'll take a break here and return with more stories and business to stay with us.
Hello? Yeah, I found your wallet in front of a supermarket. Meet me at Apple Junction. Yes, I'll be waiting for you.
Now we find out. Two of us.
Thank you very much, officer. You know, it's surprising that men like you still exist in the police force.
Yes, so...
Oh, yes.
This is just a token of my appreciation.
Oh, no, you don't need to do this. We are only doing our job.
Thank you very much. God bless you.
You're welcome.
Now I know police is really my friend.
Yes.
Friend. Hey. Which came up with this one? I don't understand.
You know your problem. You are greedy. I'm a policeman who is doing his job. All forms of corruption in the force. Not in my country.
Corruption not in my country.
Well, up next is business news and stock market review with Abisola Adebayo. Over to you, Abisola.
Thank you very much, Folashade. Welcome to Business News. A report from Binance, the largest cryptocurrency platform by trading volume, has announced that Nigeria is leading the charge as the #1 country leading cryptocurrency adoption. The ranking was based on statistics survey on selected countries that said they used or owned cryptocurrencies in 2020. According to Binance, the adoption of cryptocurrency is fueled by the growing culture of sending money and making payment through the phone among Nigerian youths. The report also revealed that Nigeria beat the world by 32% adoption rate, with Vietnam, Philippines, Turkey, and Peru falling behind. Well, joining me on the program to discuss this further is Managing Director of Cowry Assets Limited, Johnson Chukwu. Thank you so much for joining us on the news. Now, despite warnings by the central bank, why do you think Nigerians have continued to maintain crypto trading?
Thank you for having me. In the first place, we have to recognize that cryptocurrency trading globally is not illegal. And that today, despite the CBF warning, like you rightly pointed out, Nigerians are trading cryptocurrency because they are making money from cryptocurrency trading. Over the past 1 or 2 years, you've seen consistent increase in the value of cryptocurrencies. Granted, there are periods where you have reversals in price movement or decline in price movement. But if you look at the overall year-on-year value of cryptocurrency, you will realize that virtually all the cryptocurrencies have recorded increases. So those who have played actively in that space have made money. And as long as people are making money, you really can't legislate against what you call a need. And as it stands today, we have a lot of Nigerians, young Nigerians, who are IT savvy, who are unemployed, and who are making their living from cryptocurrency trading.
Right. But with the rate at which Nigerians have continued with crypto trading, do you see this kind of acceptance when the CBN launches its own digital currency?
Well, if it gets some of the attributes of the cryptocurrencies that Nigeria are trading, like Bitcoin, like Binance, then Nigerians will also embrace it. The basic thing is that Nigerians are looking for investment outlets, investment opportunities that are showing positive return threshold. And so if the CBN digital currency becomes profitable, people will also invest in it, not just Nigerians, but people are from other parts of the world.
Yeah, Mr. Johnson Chukwu, thank you so much for your time. We'll take a break here and return with Stock Market Review. It's the fourth consecutive bullish session on the floor of the Nigerian Exchange Group. With 44 billion naira gain, the bulls bellow yet again as the all-share index expanded by 0.8%. With investors' high spirit during trading, FTN Cocoa and Honeywell Flour made it to the gainers list. They added a combined 2 naira for 49 kobo gain. 18 other stocks also gained today. Meanwhile, on the laggards table, Cotix and Julie led other decliners with a combined 5 naira 91 kobo loss. On the activity chart, however, it ended red as volume declined by over 60% to over 188 million units of shares, but the value went up by just 41% as the exchange ends in 3,267 deals. On the global scene, the FTSE ended with solid gains on Friday, recapturing the 7,200 level once more after a week moving around the psychological key level helped by a fresh record push on Wall Street. In the same vein, US stocks made another run for fresh records as investors wind down a busy week, which included a strong quarter from Disney, which rallied after its fiscal third quarter report. Unfortunately, Japan stocks Nikkei ended in the reds. That's all on Stock Market Review. Over to Fola Shadi.
Thank you very much, Abisola. On the foreign scene, Zambia's main opposition presidential candidate has called for the internet to be restored after it was caught during Thursday's tightly contested elections. According to reports, social media platforms such as WhatsApp, Facebook and microblogging site Twitter have been down intermittently. People are said to have been using virtual private networks, VPNs, which allow users to circumvent local restrictions. Meanwhile, announcement of the result of Zambia's Electoral Commission has been temporarily halted. Some party agents criticized the commission for attempting to announce some results which had not been verified. Well, up next is Entertainment Report.
Multiple award-winning artist Skit has featured Canadian pop star Justin Bieber on the remix of his song Essence. The Afrobeat star revealed that he urged Bieber to help remix Essence, featuring Thames, which was released in July. The original single currently stands at number 54 on Billboard's Hot 100. Essence is the only Nigerian song in history to chart on Billboard's Hot 100 and Billboard's Global 200. Nollywood actress Tonto Dike has revealed that she will undergo a third surgery after 2 previous liposuctions, a cosmetic surgery that deals with the removal of fat from a part of the body. The mother of one made this revelation on her Instagram page on Friday, where she shared a picture of herself on waist trainers while sharing her body goals and liposuction journey. According to Tonto, she still wears waist trainers to keep herself looking fit till she undergoes the third one. The family of late Stanley Okoro, the fast-rising Nollywood actor who died on August 12, has alleged that the movie star was poisoned by colleagues. According to the family, Okoro was poisoned after successfully completing a movie shoot in a hotel in the Maryland area of Enugu State. The Okoros revealed that although there was no record of the 23-year-old actor having problems with anyone that would want him dead, his only problem was his obsession with food. And that's all there is on the entertainment segment of News Now.
Well, in sports, Liverpool defender Virgil van Dijk has extended his contracts with the club until the summer of 2025. Van Dijk made his comeback to first-team action in pre-season after 9 months out with a serious knee injury sustained in October's Merseyside derby. The 30-year-old will be part of the new campaign for the Reds, which begins on Saturday at Norwich City, with a full pre-season and 3 friendly run-outs under his belt. The centre-back has made 130 appearances in all competitions, scoring 13 goals for the Reds since his arrival. But that's it on our news package at this hour. Thank you for watching. I am Folashade Ogrinde. Bye for now.